million homes are about to flood the market. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very, very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up, strap in. We got another hard hitter, pull no punches, no rainbows and sunshine. We're just going to give it to you. We're going to give it to you straight. And folks, I hope you're seeing what's about to happen here. We have an insane issue about to make a significant impact on this housing market, like we really needed anything else. Like we've talked about from the beginning of the channel, you know, we knew this one didn't pass the smell test. We're defying gravity right now. You can't put the real estate market in a bubble and expect it to sustain itself. And we're seeing the blowback, we're seeing the dust settling, and we're about to pay the piper. We're already paying the piper. I mean, it's just insane. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe fast. I mean, this is getting really, really serious, and we've saved a lot of people on this channel from putting their neck too far out by buying inside of a real estate bubble. And the reality is, folks, I mean, you're not going to get rich buying in a real estate bubble. I am sorry to be the one that have to tell you that, because I know firsthand it doesn't work. I have great real estate today. I work in real estate. I help others with their real estate. I manage tons of real estate. I'm a landlord. You know, the thing is, folks, the one time I did buy in the bubble, back in the '08 bubble, it didn't work out. My other real estate, like I said, is doing fine, but I didn't buy it in that time frame. So I'm here on YouTube warning people to be careful in these times. This is an artificially created housing market through government stimulus measures and stimulus programs, and it just can't sustain itself. We're seeing now, you know, like everything's playing out that we've been talking about on the channel. So like I said, subscribe, watch old videos. There is a lot of good stuff in there. But today we're going to have a talk about one of the things that's, I believe, probably one of the most realistic things that could in fact be the pinprick to this bubble. There are so many really that I mean, it's like take your pick at this point. There are so many things threatening this economy and the housing market. It is insane. Consumer confidence down, sales down, inventory down, everything down. But guess what? Inventory is about to flood this market. We are about to unleash 1 million homes onto the market probably about summertime in a rising interest rate environment with recessionary pain now here. The reality is, folks, this is probably the tipping point. I'm going to explain to you a little bit why I believe this is in fact the case. So right now we have approximately 1 million homes nationwide on the market. We normally hover around 2 million homes. So we're about 50% of the homes needed to have what's quote unquote a normal market. So that's why we've seen the prices do what they've done. I mean, that's one of the reasons. There's many reasons prices exploded. And like I said, go back and watch past videos if you want to learn more about this. But the reality is, folks, is we have about almost 1 million homes that are slated to be delivered that are under construction right now. And that's just the ones that we know about. There are plenty of people on the fence right now that want to sell. Summertime usually brings listings in the housing market. So the reality is, folks, we're about to unleash 1 million homes into this economy, into the markets, and in a failing economy. And people are on the fence now, and they're not confident in buying in the real estate bubble. And like we've talked about before, as soon as mainstream media starts to report on these things, it's game over. The herd mentality will in fact kick in. We talk about that a lot here on this channel, how it comes down to the psychology of people, the psychology of sales. And you know, if people aren't comfortable with the product, they're not going to buy it. And right now, people are starting to be more concerned about just getting their bills paid. So this is a bad recipe right now that we have actually brewing in the housing market. And so as we deliver these, and just here's the other, I think this is so multi-layered, but let's say we see these 1 million homes be delivered around summer this year. It's coming. Like all this inventory is going to flood and saturate the market. And the challenge is it's going to, like I said, flood and saturate the market. It's not going to just trickle in and stagger on. This is a bunch of homes slated to be delivered. And a lot of these homes, especially with the ones under construction, are all tied to investors and builders that are racing right now to try to deliver homes in it. Like I said, while interest rates are rising. So by the time they get these homes delivered, they're gonna be basically having to start being more aggressive in getting them sold, i.e. price drops. You will see a lot of price drops coming in. And the reality is, folks, like I've said before, this is a bubble. And in a bubble environment, typically what you're gonna see, as soon as we see a softening, which we're seeing now because of the amount of loan applications down, inventory down, sales down, that is a softening. We're not seeing those huge appreciation rates the way we saw them anymore. And so what we're going to see next is a lot of these builders start to basically dump homes, get them off their books, liquidate. We've already seen Zillow get way ahead of the curve and dump a bunch of homes that they bought in the height of the bubble at a discount. Do you think that the builders that are... You think they're not talking about doing the same thing? They are talking about that right now. They're talking about how they are absolutely 100% need to get these things off their books. Listen, folks, we haven't seen these types of levels of houses under construction since when? You guessed it, 2008 era. It's just insane. We're doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, which is the definition of insanity. That's why it's so important to be a level-headed realist and understand that. I'm doing my best as a real estate guy, as an industry professional, to come let you know what's going on out there. I have a lot of supporters, but of course, this isn't a popular narrative with a lot of real estate offices, because we're designed to sell real estate. And I'm happy to sell real estate. I'm doing it. I'm selling real estate all day, every day. The realities are, though, is this: I can't watch first-time home buyers stick their necks so far out in a home bubble. But that's in fact what just happened. And guess what's going to happen? Once these homes flood the market and people start dumping homes, anybody that just bought in this real estate bubble and their purchasing power is shrinking because of inflation, they're going to get forced to market too. It's going to landslide. It is going to landslide this real estate market. If I was a betting man, I would bet you're going to see a landslide, because just like I said before, just like this buyer euphoria got so inflated and out of control, it's going to flip-flop. It's going to do a flip-flop. We're going to see it all over again. This bubble makes the last bubble look like a warm-up, though. This bubble is bigger. It grew faster and bigger. And so the reality of the blowback is just fundamentally, the fundamentals aren't there to support what just happened. I know I have a lot of people that just don't understand that. They maybe haven't lived through a housing downturn before, so they're just not in touch with the basic fundamentals of the market. They bought into the FOMO, they bought into the narrative. But this time it was like never before. This was gasoline on a fire because of our screen time being locked down into a pandemic, the polarizing FOMO that took place where everybody was just follow the herd mentality. That is in fact what we just saw here. I know I saw it firsthand. Somebody who services one of the biggest websites in the world with incoming calls to give showings of properties. I've never seen anything like it. It was why I came to YouTube, because I just knew, wait a minute, this is getting way out of hand, way too quick. And final thoughts today, folks: be a level-headed realist. Understand we're about to have 1 million homes flood into the market, and it's going to absolutely just landslide. We're going to see the listings, the amount of normal listings be delivered with new construction alone into a normal housing market in terms of the amount of listings that are typically on the market. We're going to see that happen almost overnight. And then what's going to happen is the reverse FOMO, and people that are just underneath these huge payments and they're hanging on by their fingernails, they're dipping into savings, they're doing everything they can to hang on to the home, are going to be forced to market next. We're going to see these waves of people coming to market. And anytime that happens, folks, especially when you have these builders that are definitely prepared to sell at a loss, it's going to create that reverse FOMO. People are going to get into panic mode. I don't want any of my viewers to panic. Like I said, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel right away. You need to buckle up and strap in. We're going to watch this one from a front row seat, and then I'm hoping we're going to go shopping. Anybody that's played it safe and got on the sidelines and has their cash ready, your time might be coming soon. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. As always, please go make it count today. We will see you on the next video.